May I come in, sir?
Come, Anuj.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much.
Anuj,
Sir.
introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, ANUJ AGNIHOTRI, and I am from Rautbhata, a small town in Rajasthan, sir, from where I did most of my primary education. So thereafter, I moved to Jodhpur to pursue graduation in MBBS from AIMS Jodhpur, sir, which I completed in 2023. So thereafter, I joined DANIX, and I am currently undergoing probation for the same.
Okay, you said no place is small or big. Rawat is such an important place. My next question is, tell me something about Rawat,
Right, sir.
especially the atomic side of it.
Yes, sir. Sir, I just want to clarify that by small, I meant by the area and the population. And surely I believe that Rautbhata has its due share.
No place, maybe because of that, otherwise people everywhere are strong enough. Tell me something about.
Sir, Rautbhata is known for being the nuclear city of India, since it holds the largest number of units in a single place. And not just a nuclear power plant, it also holds Rajasthan's biggest hydropower plant also. And a nuclear fuel complex is also proposed by the government there, and in fact has also been operationalized.
And which country cooperated in setting up Rawat power? Atomic energy.
So the initial power plants were cooperated by the Canadian.
Very good. Describe the life in, other than Rawat, have you stayed anywhere in vacation, grandparents' side, Nana's side? Have you stayed anywhere else?
Right, sir. I've been visited to my Nana's place.
Where is that?
Sir, it is in Jalon district and UP.
Okay, now describe a life, city life, a colony life in Rajbhata to life in Jalon.
Right, sir. So there are a few differences and few similarities. Sir, I would start by the differences. Sir, first in Rautbhata we see a cosmopolitan culture. There are people from all the religions, all the regions of India, and we get to interact with them. Whereas in cities like Jalon and places like them, it is mostly homogeneous locality, although we do see differences, but the localities are mostly homogeneous. Secondly, sir, there is a clear difference of civic sense also. The colonies are well organized in Rautbhata. The people do follow the responsibilities and duties that they are expected to. Whereas in the colonies in Jalon, the civic sense is something that I missed, and that is reflected in the sewage condition, that is reflected in the sanitation and hygiene condition.
Okay, now since you talked about civic conditions,
Right, sir.
Behavioral aspects,
Sir.
What is in your hands as administrator,
Right, sir.
to reform this?
Sir. Sir, as an administrator, I do have the power of incentive as well as the power of punishment. So we would start by rewarding the good behavior, and we should impose due punishments for something that is being violated time and again. So that would create a behavioral change, and that is definitely needed, sir.
And you know, Anuj, behavioral changes are very difficult.
Right, sir.
When we launched in 60s family planning,
Sir.
See how it is different from product. Product selling is very easy, but idea selling is very difficult.
Right, sir.
Do you understand that complications? How would, like, suppose you want to sell the idea to Jalon population that Swachhata is good, do it. What is your blueprint to do it, to bring the behavioral changes? How would you go about it?
Right, sir. Sir, I would try to first persuade them about why civic sense and, let's say, sanitation is important for their own lives. How is it going to affect them positively? Because I would tell them the data that sanitation is directly linked to multiple diseases and public health problems, and if controlled properly, it can help to good and healthy life.
How is DANIX? Are you well placed in DANIX?
Sir, DANIX is a good service, sir, and it offers a lot of exposure to different.
How was your trainings module?
Sir, I have completed almost 1 year of the training. Sir, around 3 months of it was classroom training to make us aware about the different facets of the governance. Sir, I have also been attached to 5 months in revenue department along
in Delhi.
In Delhi, yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
In DANIX, you get an opportunity to visit all the union territories.
Right, sir.
Have you been able to undertake that part of the training?
Right, sir. I've visited Lakshadweep, Andaman Nicobar Islands, and Daman and Diu, Dadar Nagar Haveli, sir.
What is the difference between these 3 union territories?
Sir. So the Andamans and Lakshadweeps are islands, and Dadar Nagar Havelis and Daman and Diu has a historical past of being under the Portuguese. Portuguese power. And so there are different geographies of the region, as well as the demographics is also different. As we can see in Lakshadweep, almost 98% of the population is from Islam, follows Islam. Whereas Andaman has a more cosmopolitan arrangement, whereas in Daman and Diu we can see a large population of Christianity, whereas in Daman and Diu there are significant Gujarati population also. And apart from these, sir, there are also differences in the way infrastructure is being driven, sir, there. Because being on mainland, Daman and Diu has an advantage of infrastructure and it is rapidly being progressed. Whereas in Lakshadweep, it has its natural disadvantages since it is very difficult for infrastructure and such projects, large projects to come up. But due progress is taking place there also, sir.
Given a chance, which place would you like to be posted to?
Sir, although I am open to work in any territory, but still I would, if given an opportunity, I would try to prioritize Andaman Nicobar Islands, sir.
You would like to go to Andaman Nicobar?
Right, sir.
Andamans or Nicobar?
Sir, it would be a mix of both, sir. As I would get an opportunity to work in Nicobar, as I have been to the Campbell Bay, the southernmost subdivision of the country, and there the great project of Great Nicobar project is going on. So if given an opportunity, I would love to be a critical part of it, and also I would love to serve in the tribal areas and everything, sir.
So when are you going to get a regular posting?
Sir, it would be in 2027 January, sir.
Why so long?
Sir, after selection, it is mandatory to undergo a 2-year probation period, sir.
2 years.
Right, sir.
Okay, so you will be how many people in your batch?
Sir, there are currently 17 people.
17.
Right, sir.
So how many will go to the? How many will be retained in Delhi and how many will go out?
Sir, there is no fixed parameter, sir, or such matrix to tell that. But sir, on the basis of what our seniors batches have faced, roughly, sir, 50% of the batch is retained in Delhi, and rest majorly it goes to Andaman Nicobar. Few of them, like 2 or 3 mostly, goes to Lakshadweep, and 1 and 2 goes to the Daman.
So when the service name is Delhi, Andaman, Nicobar, Civil Services, then how are they being posted to Lakshadweep and other places?
Right, sir. Sir, as the service was conceived initially, it was only to serve the 2 territories of Delhi and Andaman Nicobar. But gradually and over the time, sir, like Lakshadweep was added in 90s, and also Daman and Diu was added over the time. So currently, sir, there are talks about posting people of our services in Chandigarh and Ladakh as well. So, sir, gradually, as and when the government felt the need to post the officers as the feeder cadre in their service.
Have they changed the rules, the service rules? Have they amended the constitution? Because your service calls, it was only for Andaman and Nicobar and Delhi.
Sir.
Can they just add any other state? Tomorrow they might add, say, Arunachal also. Have they done it already?
I'm sorry, sir, I will have to read into the technicalities. But
You've been there in the service for quite some time now, so you must be knowing what are the service rules, what is the service which was consolidated, which was when was constituted, what was its agenda, and how have they changed? Is it an administrative order or it is a legislative order? Service conditions?
Sir, I will go through it, sir.
Okay, please go through that, all these things. Between Daniks and Danips, which one is better?
Sir, that pertains to personal inclinations and personality traits as well, sir. Sir, Danics pertains to the civil side of the services, whereas Danips pertains to the policing and law and order part of it. So
I know so many people who have migrated from railways into Daniks.
Right, sir.
And you are willing to leave Daniks for railways.
Sir.
Are you serious about joining the railways?
Right, sir. I've considered it before filling the preferences. And so since the factor that was in my mind while keeping railways as a priority was the fact that, sir, Danics is a great services, but there are certain issues with the service itself. So since the initial half of the service is great, but after a point there seems to be a stagnation, since then the things depend on induction into IAS.
So how many years you take to get into IAS?
Sir, lately it has been delayed for a very long period, and people...
Tell me a number of years you take to get into IAS.
Sir, right now it is being said that it would take around 20-22 years.
And for police?
Sir, police it is for around 14-15 years.
So which one is better? I asked you this question.
Right, sir. In that sense, sir, it would be better, sir. But then there are other considerations before taking a service.
Okay, my last question to you. Aravali has been in the news. Why so, and what is your opinion about it?
Sorry, sir, I could not hear you. Ravli, right, sir.
It has been in the news because of a Supreme Court order. What are your views about it, and what exactly is the issue?
So the issue rises from the definition that is released by the government, and that says that anything only above a height of 100 meter would be considered a Aravali. So, sir, that basically excludes a lot of precious hills that would be excluded from the ambit of protection that was accorded to Aravali. So the issue is this, sir, since Aravali is vital for not just the ecosystem, biodiversity and the microclimate of the environment, but also its implications are for the larger region. Since the National Capital Territory is being shielded from the large amount of desertification and the pollutants that might come from the western side of the Aravali. So if we go on continuing with the cases of illegal mining and due protection is not being accorded to the entire hill ranges, so that would definitely be a problem, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Anuj,
Good afternoon, sir.
you are choosing you are not choosing a superior service against an subordinate. Any specific reason?
So there are certain services, Group A services, that I did not prefer over Danix. Sir, it was primarily because of the fact that I find that Danix allows me to express my personality more than those services. Sir, I have always inclined to work in a public facing setup, and therefore Danix is largely known for its public engagement and field duties. And so for that matter, I have preferred Danix over those services. But if given an opportunity, I have given a priority list, and I would be willing to work in those services, sir, wholeheartedly.
You have done your studied your medical science, isn't it?
Right, sir.
So there is one precision biotherapeutics. Have you heard this?
I'm sorry, sir, I've not heard it, but I can make up what it might have meant, sir, by the word of it. Sir, since with the advancements of the technologies, we are moving towards precision medicine, and biotherapeutics involving biologicals and interventions that would allow us to precisely target those parts of the body that would give us desired results.
According to you, the HIV test should be made mandatory before marriage.
Sir.
If I ask you this,
Right, sir.
what is your reaction?
So I would not make it mandatory before the marriages, because it should be the choice should be offered to the couple, and autonomy should be rested on themselves, sir. Although awareness about HIV should definitely be made mandatory.
But it will serve the larger interest of spreading the infection.
Right, sir. But sir, I believe that there are other modalities and other approaches which could be involved to serve that purposes.
It is your belief or some constitutional provision comes in the way?
I'm sorry, sir. Right now, I'm not able to recall the constitutional provisions. But sir, I would say that, sir, Article 21 gives the right to privacy and bodily autonomy over to the person, and that would, I believe, is a safeguard against, sir.
The eminent persons were given Nobel Prize in medicine for their research on T cells, T regulatory cells. What was their research?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not aware about it. I'll read into it, sir.
Okay. Now, you have opted for IPS.
Right, sir.
Your second choice. You are made superintendent of police of a district, and you have to give directions to your subordinates that these are the directions for dealing with the encounters.
Right, sir.
These directions are based on the Supreme Court directions in a case called People's Union for Civil Liberties,
Sir.
which has been reinforced recently by the High Court of Uttar Pradesh.
Sir.
Now, what direction you will give to your subordinates?
Sir, first and foremost, I would say that encounter as a provision is nowhere listed in any statute or regulation, and encounter has to be only used as a method of last resortment in case of self-defense, and only in that case it has to be used. Secondly, sir,
Your directions should start from that when in the last resort, in their opinion, when they resort to encounter, what will be your direction?
Sir, in such cases, the bullet should be launched at a body part that is not vital, and preferably on the lower limbs, sir. So that would be one, sir. And secondly, sir,
Are you aware with the Supreme Court guidelines on the subject?
sir, not exactly aware about the specifics. I would read into it, sir.
What is polygenetic inheritance?
Sir, polygenetic inheritance refers to the fact that certain inheritances traces their genealogy towards to multiple genes rather than being traced from a single gene. They trace their phenotype from multiple genotypes, sir.
Any instance?
I'm sorry, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So, Anuj, you are from Rawat right? So, if I ask you, what do you think is the future of nuclear energy in India's energy mix? Would it increase? Would it remain stagnant? Or would it decrease?
Sir, I'm quite optimistic of the fact that nuclear energy is going to only increase in the future, since it is the clean source and also a reliable source for our energy needs. And therefore, as projected by the government, we hope to see 100 gigawatt energy from nuclear power by the year 2047, sir.
Now, you said it's a clean source. But what about the management of radioactive waste and safety concerns, as we have seen in Fukushima Daiichi plant incident?
Sir, the Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, that runs the nuclear power plants in India, has the motto of safety first and production later. And therefore, sir, safety is deeply ingrained in that system. So there are due checks and measures to ensure that such events don't happen, starting from the very design of the nuclear power plants that rules out events like Chernobyl. And also, sir, the locations are being selected so that they don't face the risk of natural disasters. Like, sir, Rawat sits in a zone that is very low on earthquake risk, and such measures are being taken. As far as radioactive waste is concerned, sir, there are due processes to be followed, and parameters are in place to ensure that such unadventurous things don't happen.
So now that is about what we are planning. Now, given the developments that are happening in the energy sector, right? We have ITER, the ongoing nuclear fusion reactor going on, right? India is also a part of it. Then the focus on solar energy, wind energy.
Right, sir.
In these circumstances, as a policy measure, do you think it is desirable to focus on nuclear energy, nuclear fission energy?
Right, sir. Sir, it is very much desirable, since nuclear energy is only going to complement other scientific researches and other projects. So like, sir, for fusion to be successful, we need an underlying source of fission, and therefore nuclear energy is going to only support and enhance that, sir.
Now, coming on to the recent trade deals conducted by India, right? And there were two major ones, right? One we know the complete details, one we don't. So if I talk about Indo-EU trade deal,
Sir.
right? Now, do you know the scale of that deal? What is the scale and scope of that deal?
So the very fact that India and European Union combined to be a 2 billion market, and also it is 25% of global GDP, and therefore this is the immense potential that the deal offers, sir.
And how do you see India getting advantage from this deal?
Right, sir. So the deal would offer 99% Indian exports a duty-free access to European market, and more so in an environment where India is faced with the tariffs from American side, and India was in a need to diversify its export markets. The trade deal has come at a very opportune moment in which our labor-intensive sectors like textiles and footwears can see a market there. And also we would be able to get access to technologies and investments from European side also, that is much needed in Indian markets.
And what are possible threats to Indian domestic economy or domestic sector from this trade deal?
Sir, as is the case with any trade deal, as we are getting their market access, we also have to give our market access to European countries. And since they are at a very advanced stage of manufacturing and they have long-standing progress over the equipments, like in Germany has superiority in automobiles. So we face the risk from flooding of such products in our Indian markets that would risk our domestic manufacturers to some extent. But sir, I would still be optimistic of the fact that it is going to be cooperative and collaborative effort from both.
One more thing you told is you watch stand-up comedy.
Right, sir.
So again, first of all, I would like to know why it is called a stand-up comedy. Why not a normal comedy?
Right, sir. So the nomenclature of it originated from the fact that comedians usually presented an open mic show, and the case was such that the comedian would come and stand in front of the audience and then deliver the act. Rather than having a sitting act or having a play, the comedy evolved like that, sir, and therefore the name came stand-up.
And now, regarding stand-up comedy, there is a issue that is going on considering certain comedians, their remarks, and there is a blurring of line between decent comedy and indecent comedy.
Right, sir.
First of all, do you think that there exists such a demarcation?
Sir, I am a proponent of the fact that, as with free speech, there should always be a line that draws the difference between decency and indecency, and one has to be sensitive of the fact that something cannot be just told in the name of entertainment, sir, and so that has to be respected, sir.
In the sense, decency versus indecency. In indecency,
Sir.
the other side, decency can be of manifold.
Right, sir.
What do you consider if you are a stand-up comedy and you make some gesture it is a comedy, laugh it out,
Right, sir.
on my traits, on my behavior, should I say it is indecency?
Right, sir. It is right that indecency would be very subjective to define.
You see, I'm coming to the question because you emphasize on indecency, you are for it.
Right, sir.
Indecency is in terms of sex, in terms of hatred, in terms of violence.
Sir.
They can be lead to the comedy component in it.
Right.
That should not be propagated. But making a remark about myself in a lighter vein,
Yes, sir.
that I don't think should be called indecency. Many times those are the issues which are being taken place.
Yes, sir. Sir, as long as the person to whom the punches are being delivered is comfortable, I feel that
You never know. When you are on a stand-up, you are not making about the audience, you are making about third, fourth, fifth person.
Right, sir.
How do you know they are there? You see, the best thing is, be it I am talking in the politician, you should be sensitive enough to understand what are these. Democracy means Abu Abraham's cartoon, you see,
Right, sir.
he has been so vocal about emergency. There are many other issues.
Right, sir.
Like you said about stand-up comedy, they are the comedy in terms of caricature and cartoon.
Right.
So that you have to make a distinction between, and that liberty has to be given to the comedian.
Right, sir.
Okay. How you talked about your trainings?
Sir.
Are they comparable with any other central services training or in the Masuri Academy?
Yes, sir.
I mean, how do they do?
Sir, it is comparable to the training that Indian Administrative Service officers go. So, since there are classroom sessions, then there are attachments in different departments of the government. Like we have exposure to different departments like women and health.
Anuj, I agree. You are right. But most of the time, I have been to your academy.
Sir.
They are very theoretical in nature.
Right, sir.
They are too theoretical in nature. While the administration on the ground is, you have to unlearn what you have learned there.
Right, sir.
So how do they inculcate? Like your revenue training have been had. I would have been happy to have they sent to the UP in Azamgarh or somewhere in Rajasthan. I mean, the issues coming out of the revenue department, you will hardly find in Delhi.
Sir.
So it needs. And best wishes. We'll just call you in 2 minutes.
Right, sir.
Just be outside 2 minutes.
Thank you, sir.
Which board was it?
Sir, Shilvardhan, sir.
How much did you get?
Sir, 173.
170. We are also giving you 180.
Sir.
You are already there in the job. Much will depend on how you have done your written.
Right, sir.
And with that, I will give floor to other members. For us, it has been wonderful. Wherever they having some, like I felt about, it was a general statement, decency, indecency.
Right, sir.
They're always clarify on that. Otherwise, in terms of your gesture, you are a confident boy, your dress sense, everything is good. Excellent. And especially board members will be very happy to see your background from where to where you have jumped. No? Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
It's indeed a remarkable journey.
Thank you, sir.
Prepare about the most important population-wise is of course the Andaman Nicobar, because they have got 6 tribes, 2 in the northern and the rest of them in the southern Nicobar group of islands, and this project which is coming up.
Sir.
Details you should be knowing.
Sure, sir.
And your opinion whether you should go ahead with it or not.
Right, sir.
Because that is causing a lot of controversy, because there are so many 400, 500 islands which have not been inhabited so far.
Right, sir.
And now they have started posting people and personnel have started going there.
Right.
कहते सृष्टि के सृजन के बाद से मानव प्रजाति के कदम पड़े ही नहीं है उन, और वहाँ पर when you go to those beaches, the insects don't run away from you.
Right, sir.
I've been in the Ministry of Environment and Forest. I've been to those places. जैसे मखनी वखनी भागती हैं आपको देख कर हम भागते नहीं हैं. अब उस जगह पर इतने प्रिस्टीन आइलैंड पर इतना बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट आ रहा है, तो जो भी आपका ओपिनियन हो उसको बेस्ड होना चाहिए, बैक्ड बाय सिक्योरिटी इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट, एनवायरमेंट इज कम्स नेक्स्ट. दैट इज द स्टैंड ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. क्योंकि when they gave the environmental clearances for the northern Himalaya region, they said 100 kilometers you don't require any sanction of environmental clearances.
Sir.
जब देश ही नहीं बचेगा तो environment क्या बचेगा? That is their thinking. So whatever it is you're thinking about this particular project, be clear about that.
Sure, sir.
Rest of your information is very good and go into that specific detail which I asked you.
So, right, sir.
क्या क्या amendment हुए हैं कि नहीं हुए हैं, है ना? Go into that. Rest I think you are doing excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
I will just say that you should have a very convincing answer for that. You are choosing Group B service or the most of the Group A services. For that, you whatever answer you have,
Right.
it should be logical
Sir.
and convincing. Number one. Number two, you have to read on your subject, medical subject. You know, the person who has given this thing Nobel Prize.
Right, sir.
What is their research and all. These are the current affairs.
Definitely, sir.
तो इनमें आप थोड़ा पढ़ के जाइए.
Right, sir.
तो बाकी your personality is good, you will do better.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
अनुज, आई थिंक फ्रॉम माई साइड ऑल्सो द पॉइंट अबाउट कि आपका जो भी पर्सपेक्टिव है
Sir.
वो बैक्ड होना चाहिए, चाहे वो न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी में क्या मिक्स है वो है. ऑब्वियसली वी आर गोइंग टू इंक्रीज बट यू शुड नो द अदर साइड ऑल्सो. तो एक बैलेंस्ड एंड एविडेंस बैक,
Yes, sir.
राइट. सेम गोज फॉर स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी जो कंट्रोवर्सी रिसेंटली हुई है. सो दैट्स व्हाई समथिंग कुड बी आस्क्ड. सो अगेन बिल्ड अ क्लियर पर्सपेक्टिव ऑन इट कि क्लियरली दीज आर द पॉइंट्स, दिस इज दिस साइड, दिस इज दिस साइड, दिस इज माय पर्सपेक्टिव, राइट.
न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी में थोड़ा सा मैं ऐड करना चाहूँगा कि अनिल कोडकर जी हैं जो कि न्यूक्लियर के लिए बहुत बड़े साइंटिस्ट रहे हैं. उनका ये विचार है कि जितने भी हमारे पावर स्टेशंस हैं 1000 मेगावाट्स के रहे हैं.
Yes.
तो जो स्मॉल टाइप के जो आपकी न्यूक्लियर पावर स्टेशंस हैं अगर वहाँ पे इस्टेब्लिश कर दो
Yes.
तो फिर आपकी जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सिस्टम है उसका यूटिलाइजेशन हो सकता है और ये न्यूक्लियर से इंस्टेड ऑफ कोल बेस्ड इट कैन बिकम न्यूक्लियर बेस्ड. दैट इज हिज ओपिनियन.
Yes, sir.
So when you are talking about these things, you can sort of have a firm opinion about ki what exactly should be done.
Definitely, sir.
Anuj, I just saw your DAF.
Right, sir.
Haryana, among Zone 1, Haryana is your first preference.
Yes, sir.
Why not Rajasthan?
Sir, it was a logical decision since as I have traced the past 7 years of vacancy. So in the general category, insider vacancies are not coming in Rajasthan.
Okay, so you have.
Yes, sir. That's why I preferred her.
नहीं, तो राजस्थान के बारे में पढ़ लीजिएगा. झालावाड़ इंसिडेंट, हाउ डिड दे वांटेड टू बैन द मोबाइल फोन फॉर द लॉट ऑफ इश्यूज. बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ, चाइल्ड मैरिजेस,
Yes.
tourism, music. Rajasthan is full of questions.
Right, sir.
Okay, you do well, you will do well.
एंड अनुज, लास्ट थिंग इन न्यूक्लियर वन आई वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग आप 3 स्टेज में जो लास्ट स्टेज है वो भी थोड़ा सा आप मेंशन करेंगे, राइट. बिकॉज दैट इज क्वाइट नेचुरली एक्सपेक्टेड कि जिस पे हमारा पूरा प्रोग्राम बनता है, राइट.
Sir, one question I wanted to ask ki, sir, such sort of questions when do just like how sir asked ki, in which territory would you like to serve? So how should one respond ki?
इसका बड़ा सिंपल आंसर है कि जहाँ गवर्नमेंट करे मैं जाने को तैयार हूँ.
और क्या?
आपको कोई चॉइस नहीं है बिकॉज यू आर विलिंग टू वर्क सर्व एनीवेयर इन द कंट्री.
Sir.
और मी एवरीथिंग इज इक्वल. आपको प्रेफरेंस देनी नहीं है. अगर जब से मैं कभी पूछे तुमसे सरकार के भाई तुमसे कहाँ जाना चाहोगे,
कभी नहीं.
वेयर आर यू फील्डिंग,
कभी नहीं.
never ask this.
Postings are always mix of up and down. And always, I have been in Washington, but I have been posted in a different organization also. If the same government was good enough to give me Washington posting, I have no credit. बुरा लगता है थोड़ा बहुत, वो तो सीख जाओगे. You will learn all those. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
We would like to see your name.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.